What's up, world? Welcome back to the Big City Gardener YouTube channel. I'm your host, Big City Gardener, an urban gardener down here in Houston, Texas, Zone 9. And in this video, we're going to talk about the most common pests that you'll find in your garden this fall and simple organic ways that you can deal with them. Let's get started. The first pest that you're more than likely to encounter are aphids. Now, even though aphids are tiny insects, they can cause big problems in our garden. Aphids suck the sap from leaves, causing your leaves to turn yellow and start to curl. So if you notice either of those two symptoms, then there's a chance that you're dealing with aphids. Now, when you go to inspect your plants looking for aphids, you want to make sure you check on the underside of the leaves. And that's because that's just where aphids like to hide. Now, there's two methods that I've found to be successful when it comes to controlling aphids. The first is just get your garden hose, maybe your hose link hose, set it to the jet setting and spray the leaves to knock the aphids off. Now, this will work well. You'll dislodge the aphids from the plant, but you will not get rid of them. The second way that I know to get rid of aphids is my favorite way, and it involves mixing 1 to 2 drops of dish soap into some water and then spraying that on the leaves. Now, you want to make sure that you apply this mixture early in the morning or later in the evening. Do not spray it during the middle of the day because you can and will burn your leaves. The second most common pest you'll find are cabbage worms or cabbage loopers. Now, don't let the name fool you and think that they will only affect your cabbage. As a matter of fact, these pests will affect anything in the brassica family and some of your leafy greens as well. These small green caterpillars love to munch on cabbage and anything else in the brassica family. The most effective way that I have found to deal with these cabbage loopers is to actually hand pick them off your plants. Now, the catch is you're going to want to do this in the middle of the night when they're the most active. So you may need a headlamp or your flashlight in order to find them. If you're looking for an insecticide, an organic insecticide that you can spray, then look no further than BT. BT works wonders on all caterpillars, including cabbage worms and cabbage loopers. Another common pest that will affect your fall garden is not actually a pest. It's actually a fungus. And that fungus is powdery mildew. Powdery mildew looks like a white coating on all of the leaves, and it affects things like squash and like this cucumber that I have planted here. It thrives in cool, moist, humid, damp conditions, and that's what we normally have when it comes to fall gardening down here in Zone 9. To effectively deal with powdery mildew, what you have to do is make sure that you are properly pruning your plant to help increase the airflow around the plant. Also, if you notice powdery mildew spring up on any of the leaves, quickly remove them and throw them in the garbage. Do not compost them. Another way to beat powdery mildew is to make sure that you're using a drip irrigation system, like this right here. If we were to use overhead watering or to spray our plants, then what we could do is to shoot those fungal spores from one plant to another plant and spread the powdery mildew infestation. And that's what we don't want to do. Something else you can try doing is mixing a little bit of baking soda with water and applying it to the leaves. What this does is help change the pH of the leaves to make it inhabitable by powdery mildew fungi. If you want to do that, be my guest. What I end up doing is just pruning my plants and making sure that there's enough airflow. So that way, I don't have to deal with the baking soda mixture. Now, the fourth and final pest that you're most likely to encounter in your fall garden are slugs and snails. And if you ask me, these are the second worst pests that you can have in your fall garden behind the cabbage loopers and the cabbage worms. Slugs and snails love the fall condition in fall gardening. They love the damp, moist conditions. And a small infestation of slugs or snails can destroy your entire fall garden overnight. If you're looking for an easy, effective way to get rid of slugs or snails, then you can try a simple beer trap. Go buy your favorite beer, or better yet, your least favorite beer, and pour it in a saucer, and place this saucer anywhere you notice slugs or snail damage. When you wake up in the morning, you will find a saucer full of dead slugs and snails. If that doesn't work, you can try sprinkling diatomaceous earth around the plants, or do the same thing like you do with the cabbage worms and cabbage loopers. Come out in your garden in the middle of the night with the headlight on and simply hand pick and remove the slugs and snails. If you ask me, the best and easiest and most effective way is to use the beer trap. And there you have it. Those are the 4 most common pests that you're going to encounter in your fall garden and organic remedies on how to deal with them. Look, if you enjoyed this video, you found it informative, or any of that good stuff, you know what I need you to do. Like, subscribe, and comment. Until next time, I gotta get out of here because I need to plant some plants. Peace.